If you've ever wondered, what are macros and do I really need to track them to lose fat? You're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what macronutrients are, why they matter so much more than just calories, and how women, especially those of us in our 40s and 50s, can use them to lose stubborn body fat, feel more energized, and finally stop guessing when it comes to food. Now, I know, macro tracking can sound a little intimidating at first, maybe even like something only bodybuilders do. But here's the truth. Macros are just a simple way to understand what's in your food and how it fuels your body. And when you know how to balance them, everything starts to click. You stop spinning your wheels with overly restrictive diets. You stop feeling confused about what to eat. And you start seeing results that you can actually maintain for the long run. As women, as we move through perimenopause, or like me in menopause, our bodies don't respond the same way they did in our 20s and 30s. Hormonal changes, stress, sleep, all of it affects how we burn fat and how we build muscle. And that's why understanding your macros, so your protein, carbs, fats, it can really help you focus in and make real lasting change. It's not about perfection or micromanaging every bite. It's about building meals that work with your body, not against it. So let's start at the beginning. What are macros? Macros are short for macronutrients. These are the nutrients that your body needs in larger amounts to function well. There are three main types of macros, so protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Every single food you eat is made up of some combination of these three. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Each macro plays a completely different role in your body. Protein is essential for building and maintaining lean muscle. It helps you feel full, it supports your metabolism, and plays a huge role in your recovery and strength. Carbohydrates are your body's preferred energy source, especially your brain and your muscles. They're not the enemy. In fact, when you choose the right kind of carbs, they give you steady energy and help power your workouts. Fats support hormone health, brain function, and nutrient absorption. And if you're a woman in your 40s and 50s, you especially need healthy fats to support your hormones and keep you feeling satisfied. Even though overall calories do matter, because yes, if you're trying to lose body fat, you do need to be at a calorie deficit. It's not just about the overall number. Where those calories come from makes all the difference in how your body looks, feels, and performs. Let me give you an example. You could eat 200 calories from a single cookie or 200 calories from chicken and roasted vegetables. The same calories, right? But what happens in your body is completely different. The cookies are mostly refined carbs and sugar. They'll spike your blood sugar quickly, and they're going to give you that burst of energy, and then very quickly a crash. You'll likely feel hungry again pretty soon after eating them and maybe crave even more sugar. There's little to no protein, so your muscles don't get what they need to repair and grow, and you probably won't feel very full. Now, take those same 200 calories from chicken and veggies. The protein helps preserve your lean muscle, which is critical for keeping your metabolism strong. The fiber from the vegetables keeps you feeling full longer. Your blood sugar stays more stable, which helps regulate both your energy and your hunger hormones. You're satisfied, not stuffed, and you're more likely to make a solid choice at your next meal too. So even though the calories are actually the same, the outcome is completely different. That's the real value of learning about macros. It teaches you how to make your food work for you. It's not about labeling food as good or bad though. It's about understanding how each one fits into your overall plan and how it supports the goals that you have for your body. Now let's talk about why this matters so much, especially if you're in your 40s, 50s, or beyond. As we get older, our bodies go through some major hormonal shifts. Estrogen and progesterone begin to decline, which can slow down your metabolism. It can impact how your body stores fat and even change where that fat tends to go, right in that stubborn belly area a lot of times. On top of that, we naturally lose muscle mass over time if we're not actively working to maintain it. This is where macronutrients come in. When you understand how to eat the right balance of protein, carbs, and fats, you give your body the tools it needs to stay strong, to burn more calories at rest, and feel steady throughout the entire day. You're not constantly riding that up and down roller coaster of energy crashes and cravings and ultimately frustration. Tracking your macros, even for just a little while, can be a game changer for you. It takes the guesswork out of your meals. You can stop wondering, am I eating too much? Am I not eating enough? Am I having too many carbs or too many fats? Then you'll start knowing what you're actually getting. You begin to see patterns, notice things that are keeping you full, what gives you energy and what leaves you feeling blah. The best part, once you learn it, you don't have to track forever. It becomes second nature. You build meals that support your goals, feel good in your body, and actually you can enjoy the process because food isn't the enemy anymore. Let's talk about protein because it is your metabolism's best friend. It really is the most important macronutrient for women. Protein is what helps you build. It's going to create that lean mass for you. And the more muscle that you have, the more calories your body is going to burn, even when you're totally at rest. That means a stronger, more efficient metabolism, sitting at your desk, sleeping, or running around. But protein does more than just support muscle growth. It helps regulate your appetite. It keeps you feeling full longer and reduces those cravings, especially things like late night snack attacks. If you've ever tried to cut calories and found yourself constantly hungry or moody, chances are you weren't eating enough protein. So, how much protein do you actually need? A good rule of thumb for women is to aim for 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of your goal body weight. So, if your goal is to weigh about 140 pounds, you'd want to eat somewhere between 110 and 160 grams of protein each day. That might sound like a lot at first, but when you spread it across your meals and snacks, it becomes much more doable. Some of my favorite sources include lean meats like chicken, turkey, fish, eggs, dairy like cottage cheese or Greek yogurt, or even protein powders like my Ump Protein. If you take nothing else away from this video, remember this: protein is a non-negotiable. Especially if you're in a fat loss phase, protein is going to help you make sure that you're actually losing body fat and not muscle. That's what gives you that toned, lean look most of us are after and helps you feel strong every day in your body. And hey, if this is already making you think differently about food and your body, take a second and hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel. I share real-world, sustainable strategies like this every week to help women over 40 feel strong, lean, and confident without going to extremes. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever tried to track your macros before? Or is this totally new to you? Let me know where you're at, and I'd love to be more help with that. Carbs are not the enemy. All right, let's talk about carbs, because if there's one macro that's been unfairly blamed for everything from weight gain to low energy, it's carbohydrates. Here's the truth. Carbs are actually good for your body. In fact, they're your body's preferred fuel source, especially your brain and your muscles. Your brain alone needs around 120 grams of glucose every day just to function properly. So when women cut carbs too low, it's no surprise that they feel tired and irritable or like they're dragging through their workouts. Now, not all carbs are created equal, and I think that's where people really get confused. You've got refined carbs, things like white bread, pastry, sodas, sugary snacks. They spike your blood sugar and leave you crashing later. These are the ones you really want to limit. Then you've got complex carbohydrates like oatmeal, brown rice, sweet potatoes, fruit, legumes, and a big variety of colorful veggies. These give you fiber, vitamins, and a steady release of energy that keeps you feeling fueled and focused throughout the day. So instead of fearing carbs, start seeing them as the tool that they are. When you choose high quality carbs and pair them with protein along with healthy fats, they become part of a balanced, satisfied meal that supports your goals and doesn't work against your body. Now, let's clear up another common myth that eating fat actually makes you fat. It's just not the case. Healthy fats are essential for women in particular. They are going to support our hormone production. They're going to protect our brain. They're going to help your body absorb the vitamins and minerals, and they're going to keep your skin, your hair, your nails all healthier. And maybe something that's most important, fats help you feel full and satisfied with your food. If you've ever eaten a light meal and felt hungry again just an hour later, chances are you were missing healthy fats. Some of my favorite sources of healthy fats are avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds, fatty fish like salmon. They're nutrient dense and they're incredibly supportive of your long-term health. But we have to be balanced with them. You don't want to go too low in fat because that can mess with your hormones, your mood, and even your ability to recover from your workouts. But you also don't want to rely on a ton of processed or fried foods either, which can contribute to inflammation and stall your progress. Think of fats as your long-burning fuel. It doesn't give you that quick energy spike like carbs do, but they help you stay full longer and stabilize those energy levels. So you want to build meals that are going to be satisfying with healthy fats. And when you're satisfied like that, you're far less likely to mindlessly snack or overeat. The bottom line, don't fear fat, just be smart about your sources. The right kinds of fats in the right amounts are a key part of a healthy metabolism, balanced hormones, and meals that truly nourish your body. So how do we calculate macros? Now that you know what protein, carbs, and fats actually do in your body, let's talk about how to figure out how much you need of each one. There are a lot of fancy calculators out there, but let's keep it simple and practical. So step one, you're going to estimate your daily calorie needs. This is based on your current body weight, your activity level, and your goals, whether you want to lose fat, build muscle, or maintain where you're at right now. You can use a TDEE calculator online to get a ballpark number, or you can work directly with me in my online fitness and nutrition coaching programs, and I'll do the calculations for you when I create your first meal plan. I actually have a full video that walks through how to calculate your ideal daily calories step by step, and I'll link that in the description so that you can watch it next. Step two is setting your macro breakdown. If you're aiming for fat loss, a really solid place to start for most women is 30% of your calories from protein, 40% of your calories from carbohydrates, and 30% from healthy fats. Now, here's where everything is going to start to click together. Each macro gives your body a different amount of energy per gram. Protein and carbs both have 4 calories per gram, but fat is more calorie dense with 9 calories per gram. That's why fat grams always look lower, even though it still plays such an important role. Let's walk through a quick example using a 1,600 calorie a day diet. 30% protein is going to be 480 calories. Divide that by 4 for 120 grams of protein. 40% carbohydrates, so that's 640 calories divided by 4 is 160 grams of carbs, and 30% fats, so that's 480 calories divided by 9, so about 53 grams of fats. This kind of balance gives your body what it needs to function at its best. Protein to build and protect lean muscle, carbs for fuel, and healthy fats to support your hormones and keep you feeling full and satisfied. And just a reminder, this is just a starting point, not a rigid rule. We can always base this on how your body responds and adjust things as you go, depending on what fits your lifestyle best. I will likely tweak your macros if you're working with me as your body changes and as your goals shift. I want to make sure this is always working for your body, not against it. And tracking macros is all about learning and adjusting, not really chasing perfection. So how to track macros without losing your mind. All right, so now we've got your daily targets. Now what? This is where most women get overwhelmed, but I promise it doesn't have to be crazy complicated. Tracking macros is just about building awareness around what you're eating. It's not about being perfect or logging every single bite forever. I recommend using an app like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer. Both make it easy to plug in your food and see your daily totals. Here's a few tips that have made tracking more manageable for me and for my clients. Track full days, not just individual meals. Don't stress if breakfast isn't perfectly balanced. What matters is how the macros look at the end of the day. Zoom out and focus on the bigger picture. Give yourself a buffer. You don't need to hit your numbers exactly. If you're within, say, plus or minus 50 calories and 2 to 3% on each macro, you're doing great. Consistency is going to beat perfection every single time. Pre-log your meals the night before. This is one of the best habits you can build. When you plan ahead, you take the guesswork out of the next day. It's easier to hit your targets, and you're less likely to make random food decisions out of convenience or stress. Keep your meals simple and repeatable. This is one I do all the time. You don't need a brand new recipe every single day. Find 3 to 5 go-to meals that you enjoy and that hit your macros well. Rotate these through the week and you'll save time, reduce decision fatigue, and stay on track way more easily. And remember, this isn't about being obsessive, it's being intentional. You're building a stronger understanding of what your body needs and how to fuel it in a way that actually supports the goals you're after. So here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Tracking your macros isn't about obsessing or being perfect with every single bite. And it's definitely not about labeling foods as good or bad. It's about understanding what your body needs: protein, carbs, fats, and learning how to fuel yourself in a way that supports the goal that you have at this time. And once you learn that, you can let go of all of the confusion. You can stop guessing, and you can stop falling for quick fixes. You finally have a way to eat that feels structured, but still flexible, and is gonna work for your body. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might need to hear this. And don't forget to check out the next video where I'm going to dive deeper into the most common macro tracking mistakes that women make and what to do instead, because small tweaks can make a big difference in the results that you have.